It's crazy. Imagine there were no borders and there was not a lot of like bureaucratics, I don't know, bullshit. I would call it bullshit. Granting you that visa, the amount of work like you have to do, it's ridiculous.
Hello my people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And yes,
What's up,
Hamisi himself,
Soldier Boy?
the soldier boy, all the way from Uganda.
Straight away from the Pearl of Africa, you know?
Yes.
Uganda is one of the prettiest places on earth.
You-
Did you know that the source of the longest river in the world is from Uganda?
and it's called River what?
In Uganda, River Nile.
Yes, River Nile.
The boy from the source.
The boy from the source of Uganda.
Source of River Nile in Uganda.
Yes, so you can imagine all the way from Kayole and all the way from...
Kampala.
Where in Kampala, my friend?
I'm from Katwe. Katwe is one of the biggest suburbs in Kampala.
Yes, you can hear that. Like, he's from Katwe, one of the biggest ghetto in one of the biggest suburb ghetto in Uganda.
Yes, and right now the world is like a ghetto, you know, to me.
And you can imagine, like all the way from. I don't know if you've seen any movie from Katwe. It's
Queen. The movie is called Queen of Katwe. It's about chess. It's about this girl who
was playing chess and he went to, was it Russia?
Yeah, like he went to big chess contests like around the world. I think they went to Russia and some other countries.
Yes.
But yeah, there's a movie made about it by Disney, and yeah, make sure you check it out. You know, if you want to learn
more about Katwe.
Yes,
and
more about this story, and also like to see Uganda, you know, in moving images.
and imagine, it doesn't mean that if you're living in the ghetto you are not smart.
No way. We are intelligent, you know. We are vigilant.
So out of that, how did you get yourself from Katwe, all the way from Katwe to Helsinki?
I would keep it short. Like, I've always been an observant and very like enthusiastic young man, you know, from school, at home. You know, I've always wanted to know about, you know, the world, and I'm also like a history student. So I studied a lot of history. In Uganda, they still teach us about our colonial history, and then European history is like a part of it. So we learn so much about our history alongside Europe and our colonial history. Like now there is neo-colonialism, and you know, colonialism is still going on, you know.
But you guys have refused to remove
the president,
your current president from there.
That man is a puppet, you know. But he's doing what he can, you know. I mean, like all other African countries, you know.
As you've heard from him, that's his thought, that his president is a puppet. So, did you said you came to Finland through studies or dance? Don't forget, he's a dancer.
Yes.
He's a dancer, one of the breakers from Uganda. Yes.
Let me see. We have like a lot of traditional dances in Uganda, and since I was 7, since at the age of 7, like at that tender age, I've always loved dance and sports activities. So like my dance career, and like I'm a very like athletic person. I used to be a runner in school, so I used to play football. I used to be a part of the drama club. I used to, like, yeah, I've always been this active person.
So in general, like you are just an artist, an all-rounded artist.
Exactly. Yeah, like I pay attention to whatever that's going on in my environment, wherever I am.
Yeah.
And that has never changed. So I think it has turned me to the like great person I am. I always receive a lot of positive feedback from people, comments. So I'm like, wow, I'm happy I make people feel that way.
How did you take yourself from Katwe to the airport of Uganda, from the airport of Uganda to the airport of Helsinki, and now
living in the world.
yeah, I can say living in the world because you are not just in Finland. You're like touring around
Yes.
Europe doing your art. So
Yes.
just a small, just a quick I'm out of curiosity, because for me, whenever I walk around Helsinki or Finland in general, I see any other foreigner, if I can say like that. I see any other foreigner. I'm usually out of curiosity. I'm like, how did that guy end up in Finland? Because I know my struggle coming to Finland was not like a walk in the park. But I'm like, how did that guy end up in Finland? Oh, how did that guy end up in Finland? Oh,
Yes,
man,
yes.
I know there's a lot of people who have the same questions as me. Maybe they just don't have the courage to ask.
Yes.
Like, okay, how did that person end up in Finland? But out of my own curiosity, I decided, okay, let me ask few of my brothers who have come, who are artists, and they have come all from like harsh environment, and how they ended up here. Just for motivation for the people who are viewing, to motivate them, to tell them like, okay, art is one of the important thing in this life.
Yes.
Art is a combination of everything.
Definitely.
Yes.
I mean, everybody's an artist, like everybody's an artist, from how we curate, what we wear, from how we prepare food,
Yeah.
from how you put your house together. It's all art, from how you write, from how you speak.
So art is everything
So art is
that
life,
surrounds us.
all around, everything. Art is life, it's a reflection of life, so everybody's an artist, and I believe, like if they dig deeper into themselves, they'll find gold, like you find gold, you find your magic, everybody got the magic, so you just have to look and dive deeper and find yourself. Find your talent.
As you are listening to one of the smartest guy,
Blessed.
one of the smartest guy around. So he can talk until tomorrow about art and different form of art. And for me, as I say, art is everything around us, everything that we see.
Is life, is whatever we bring into existence.
Yes.
Express, it's an expression for me. Infinite expression,
Perfecto. So, brother,
Yes.
Katwe.
Katwe, from all the way Katwe to the world, it's like a dream, It's a dream. That's why, like, we should always keep moving and keep searching and keep learning. Education is infinite, it's endless, and it's the key, in this lifetime that we're in. Education
is the key.
Yes, educate yourself,
But what
And
type of
knowledge-
education? What type
knowledge
of
is
education? Is going to a classroom and sitting
No,
in front of someone and someone telling you
no.
1 + 1 is 2, and a chemical of this and this you mix, it gives you that.
Like education is diverse, I look at it in a diverse way, and like whatever you go learn from school is not, that's not the end of it. It continues after school. And
So
you have to always broaden your knowledge and your understanding of things, and only school cannot be, um, the knowledge that you acquire from school cannot be, that's all, that you have to, stay with for the rest of your life. So beyond that, you have to always look outside, like always keep searching for knowledge about everything, whatever that's going on. Let it be politics, locally, know what's going on in your hood, in your region, in your area, in your country, neighboring country. And like always just be vigilant. That's what we say back home. You have to be vigilant and stay vigilant always.
but for staying vigilant, you did not stay vigilant all the way from. If you would have stayed vigilant, you would have not been in Helsinki.
Hey, man.
Why you did discarding this question? How did you come to Helsinki?
Okay. This is how I ended up in Helsinki. My ex-partner is also an artist. So we are both. We met through dance. So she visited her sister, who was volunteering in Africa, in Uganda, in an NGO. I think they were both like in their early 20s when they visited Uganda. So we met in a dance event. The festival was called Baimba Festival. I think it's still going on.
Ooh,
It's an art.
Baimba.
Yeah, it was in
Baimba
Baimba.
Festival is one of the biggest festivals that I know. I have been there in Baimba Festival.
Yes.
And yeah, our dancers, Baimba Festival, we killed it. If you're an artist and you've been in Baimba Festival, write down at the comment section on how amazing Baimba Festival
Baimba
is.
used to be great, but now we have the biggest festival, Nyege Nyege. That's the new one.
But Nyege Nyege was cancelled by the government because of the name and what it says about the Nyege Nyege. Yeah? Anyway, apart from the Nyege Nyege, you met with your...
Yeah, I met with my ex-partner, in this event, and it was dance that brought us together, Imagine, the power of dance, like the power of art, It bridges, it brings people together from different...
Breaks the borders.
Yes, it breaks the borders. According to me, in the real world, there's no borders, There shouldn't be no borders.
So that's how you met her, like in Uganda, Baimba,
yeah, through
and
that.
then you
So
fell in love with her.
We were performing, and then because of that, we had like a lot of similar interests. She's also I was more attracted to her mind and her values, because it was her being a white person, coming from the Nordic countries. It was so refreshing for me, or realization that there could be somebody who had similar values as mine, and yet they're coming from the other side of the world, So I'm a person who's attracted to people's mind, how they see the world, and view it. So that's how we became closer. We became friends, and she studied peace studies and politics in the UK. She was studying there. We met by the time she was halfway with our studies, and me also. I was studying in Makerere University. I just studied my bachelor's in journalism and mass communication. But then, 1 year after my father died in 2015.
I'm sorry about that.
So he was sponsoring for my education, and I had to drop out because I couldn't balance between work and studying, and then I had to work to pay for my tuition, because my father couldn't do it no more. So at some point, like, I couldn't do it, and I, I had to like give up on my studies, or like, yeah, pursuing my education.
This is the story about so many people when it comes to education, when it comes, in back home we have to pay school fees, and then if you cannot pay school fees, then nobody looks at you, even the teacher himself will be like,
No.
if you don't pay school fees.
No, that's why we should value education. If you are granted like a free education and that opportunity, you should appreciate it. Because it's a privilege that not everybody has.
Yeah.
Or many places have.
But are you studying right now?
Yes, at the moment I'm just working. I've been blessed to.
Sorry, we just got interrupted behind there. We're gonna sit down and continue with the story. So you just told me that it was so difficult for you to like travel anywhere or to even come here. But still, you're here.
I'm here.
How? Yes, you just told me you met this beautiful woman when you were doing in a festival in Bayimba, and you get connected. You are talking to her, and you are keeping in touch. But still, it was difficult for you to travel. Man, if it has been difficult for any of you to travel, please write down in the comment section. Let's hear your how long did it actually take you? How many times did you have to apply? For me, I think I had to apply 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I had to apply 4 times to get a visa.
Imagine.
They thought I'm gonna come and run away into the bushes.
Like, it's crazy.
But
like,
for you, how did you end up? How did you manage to
I had to,
get your visa?
I had to like work so much. I imagine on top of that, coming to Finland to visit my partner who lived here by then, and I lived in Uganda. Like, I had to apply for a visa, like a family visa, like a family based on family and visiting, like a visitor visa, and granting you that visa, the amount of work like you have to do, it's ridiculous. And what made it even more painful is the fact that there's like people who just have way easy. They don't have to do anything. They just have to get their passport and submit it along like
at the airport.
No, while applying for visa, they just submit their passport, and then their passport is just it's just your passport. Their passport is just, it just gives them like
Priorities.
like straight, like
No, because what I know is like many passports that are stronger, like many passports from Europe, when they travel in some let's say African countries, they don't need to enter into any embassy. The only thing they just need to do is buy a flight, go to the airport, buy a tourist visa for, I don't know, $50 or $100 or $75.
Yes.
And they're in the country for 3 months and do whatever they want, and then they are back.
Imagine.
You traveling to Europe. Hey.
I've been blessed, I've been blessed, and back home they say, every ghetto.
But my friend, even being blessed, I am blessed too. But applying for visa is not about being blessed.
It's difficult, but as an ambitious person, like we don't give up. You have to keep going after whatever is it that you want in life. Like, you don't have to. I was born to win, like I'm a champion,
Yeah. So how
I'm a champion. So like I never gave up, They denied me visa 5 times, and I kept looking for money because I believe in our relationship and I didn't want it to end, and also creatively, you know, like I want to take my art, you know, with me wherever I go in the world. So like I've always worked hard, you know, like to like execute my dreams and goals. Like I've always like been this person, and the government, you know, like the embassies, you know, like not trusting us, or like making us doing a lot of work just to prove, you know, like ourselves, you know, to them, that we are not going to run away, you know, like, or I don't know, run away where, you know, where do you run away to?
Yeah, this country is so cold. Like you cannot run away.
Like where?
You will freeze to death. You know, you will freeze to death if you are
Where?
talking about running away. Your father passed away. Sorry about that. You had to like drop out from school, but you're still seeing your girlfriend.
Yeah, but by that time actually we had just started dating, because prior to that, like we was like close friends, and we taught each other a lot of things, like concerning the world and politics, because I've always been a political young man. I've always been like engaged in politics, and I wanted to know always what's going on. And I've always been this kid who like loves to read about controversial issues, and you know, like brought us together because she started the world history, and then like there's so much she didn't know about African history and African nationalism and all of that. So like it was nice exchange between us, and yeah, you know, like it built our relationship even bigger and bigger. And then having dance as something that we both share, so we created a lot of memories, you know, like through dance, and everything evolved.
And where was she living? Like, was she living in Uganda?
No, we were in a long distance relationship for a couple of years. It was actually hella difficult to always like meet. So imagine, it's crazy. Imagine there were no borders, and there was not a lot of like bureaucratic, you know, like I don't know, bullshit. I would call it bullshit. Like, you know, a lot of people don't know how much it's very difficult for us to access the world. You know, imagine we had that privilege like everybody else. You know, how far and where we would be. You know, I right now I feel like I want to fly like a plane, you know, like how I feel like I'm a very nerdy person. I get very nerdy about things, you know, like quickly.
So it was that difficult for you to actually come to
Yeah, to
visit her?
travel, even to travel for work. Imagine, you know. I would get like invitations and work like abroad, like in Europe, in America, from different places, you know, because also social media has connected, you know, brought the world like together in one place.
Yeah.
So like through there you can actually be independent, and you know, like package your craft, and you know, sell it, share it, you know, online, and it's free media, like in different places in the world. So who are able to do it.
So you have heard from Hamisi himself, the man from Katwe, all the way from Uganda.
All the way
Kampala, Uganda, an artist himself.
Yes.
And he's and another different story that for him, he managed to arrive to Helsinki and he's doing his art.
Yes, I'm living off my crafts and, you know, God-given talents. It's
Yes.
a blessing, you know. A lot of people would love to live like me, but it takes a brave person.
Yes, and he managed, for him, his story, he managed to get love. And, you know, love did not know any borders.
Yes.
And love decided to open doors and, see the world. Apparently, I'm hearing all about my ex. So I don't know what happened on that side, but the truth is, even if later on it became my ex, there was love
There
in
was
it.
love.
There was
Love
love,
is
or
what-
there
love
is still
the-
love.
Mhm.
You
Love
know.
is everything. You know, it's the best.
Otherwise, you've heard from Amisi himself. And if you've had a similar situation, write down on the comment section and let's have a discussion. Thank you guys. Bless. Peace.